Expedition Online is supporting some amazing organizations this year, including Martha's Table, a local DC charity that's very close to my heart, and the Susanville Symphony, which is a local Susanville charity very close to Coach's heart, as well as some other really incredible charities. So to donate, click the link below.
Hello, everybody. It's day 6 of Expedition Online Season 5. I'm Shane Byrne. With me today from Season 2, our wonderful runner-up of that season, Daniel Fleschner. How's it going?
It's a little bit to hear the runner-up, but I'm excited to keep watching the gameplay this season.
Yeah, it's moving. We've had a lot of interesting things. I think this cast is delivering so far. I'm loving it.
Yeah, absolutely. Great cast and some really interesting gameplay so far, so hoping that continues.
Yeah, speaking of interesting gameplay, last night was a little interesting to say the least. On day 5, we had the Black Party going to Crossroads with our swap, and it seems to me like those swap parties actually took precedence over original parties. Green team stuck together, but we saw Jack still here.
It was pretty interesting, and I noticed, really with the exception of Jack, it was really passive gameplay. I mean, we saw all the people in the majority, they didn't tell Jack that they were voting for him, but they may as well have, because they never gave him a name. And some people would kind of say, yeah, sure, let's work together when he'd try to get something going. But not really follow up on that at all. We had a lot of like, yeah, I'll go talk to this person and get back to you, and then never getting back to him. So it just seemed like they felt pretty confident that he didn't have anything, and obviously they were wrong about that. And then for Jack, I mean, he did exactly what he had to do. He kind of kept everything on the down low, and he got to choose who to vote out. So, I think some people in that position may have tried to flash the compass and try to make some big chaos happen, but he decided, you know what, I want to choose who my target is. And I think that's perfectly acceptable gameplay too.
Yeah, I know. I was personally a bit torn on it, because in one way, yeah, you can pick the target, pull your big Kelly Wentworth move from Cambodia, which is what he ended up doing. On the other hand, though, he might be iced out a bit and made some enemies and really have no inroads there. But then the part of me that says that's okay is that on day 2, he went to Crossroads, he was going to be the target and play his compass. He told what he thought was his ally, Jessica, and she blew up his spot, and he lost his ally.
Well, and it should also be noted that he knew Randy was going to be coming onto his tribe, so perhaps he plays this differently if he doesn't think he has somebody else that is coming on and could potentially work with him. So I'll be interested to see what Jack tries to say to Randy to see if he can gain some kind of traction here.
Yeah, I think that's his move going forward, but we'll see what the fallout is with Zianya going home. But today we have some more fireworks probably in store. I won't spoil it too much, but something that you've been a part of when fireworks definitely happen then. We'll see if it repeats itself.
I'm looking forward to it.
This is mayhem! Do y'all hate me? Like, it's crazy in Monteverde. Like, bring the holla monkeys back, or a coconut, or some rice, because it's bananas. I got the edge. I'm thinking I'm going to be safe. We're good. I'm not going to have to stay in this endurance comp for long. But what's my edge? What is my edge? Me and my number 1 get split because he's seen it at the same time as I see it. So now Jack is the leader for another team. Why? I took time to build that relationship with him. I'm so upset.
The swap, kind of expected only because I didn't expect it, and when I don't expect things, they happen.
I'm feeling super sleigh boots, the house down, Mama Queen, Hunty, all of that. Like, the Black Party curse remains, which is good because it means that I don't have to go back to Crossroads.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Ugh. That did not go well. Yeah, it seemed pretty clear cut. It was gonna be a 5-1 vote.
Mind blown. Jack coming through with a compass, a second compass, this time negating every vote against him. and sending Zianya home, honestly, like as we were waiting for Jonathan to read Jack's vote, my heart was pounding because I had talked with Jack about, going after David or Zianya and keeping with the original coach party, but like never reconnected with him. So I'm glad he saw something in me to not want to get me out, but definitely probably lost some trust with him there, although I'm probably like maybe somewhere in like the neutral zone for him, only because of how bad Mike just flubbed.
Oh, I totally botched Crossroads. At the end of the day, I'm safe. Do a little Dragon Slayer for coach. But I voted for Jack, and I was okay with maybe one of them going home because Jack still likes me and we can maybe work together. So not only did I vote for Jack and he's safe now he probably won't trust me because I tried to steal his vote, which doesn't exist. I got nervous, thought I had to steal a vote, didn't read the rules, tried playing it against him. You have to play it before, and on top of it, I don't even have one. But let's have some fun. I'm still alive. Let's win tomorrow. But honestly, let's get freaking Jack out of here because I want to go to the merge with people that know I'm willing to use a steal a vote for them.
We were like kind of like being a little lazy about the game. So, but then I feel like that gave Jack all the time in the world to be looking for a compass. Yeah, it's kind of like a kick in the pants to be like get your shit together because there's people who are playing this game really hard.
I hate this. Okay? I hate this. This is the second compass I played at the second Crossroads I played, and this time he was right. But now I'm in a bad spot. Because now, yet again, I am without a compass. I feel so ceremoniously screwed. If they want, they could throw the challenge tomorrow if they wanted to.
I don't want him to go. I really feel like we made a bond. But I do think he's in jeopardy of being over there with Greg and Mike.
And I really like the people that are on my party and the people that I'm working with. I'm feeling more comfortable with Lady K based on the conversations that we had today about, thinking that Jack might be on the outs and how like our initial party was kind of all trying to get him.
The good thing is, though, both Cole and Madison think I voted with them, but I voted to get Cole out. And let me be absolutely freaking clear. I'm still coming for Cole. He had my name in his mouth first go round. So if you're not with me, you're against me. Yay, he may have changed, but I still don't trust him because I'm not his number one. I believe that's Madison. So who knows what tomorrow brings. I still don't want to go to Crossroads, but I really do want to be able to start talking to people. Final 12, let's go.
Hello and welcome everyone to Expedition Online Monteverde. It's day 6. We have 12 explorers still vying to become the ultimate explorer. Broken up right now into 2 parties. We got the black party and the red party. We are going right into the exemption challenge today, which is called Spinning Through the Cloud Forest.
Greetings, explorers. Today's challenge is called Spinning Through the Cloud Forest. Whenever Jonathan says go, the first explorer on your party will spin 10 times. After you have spun 10 times, you will get your book. You will balance it on your head. You will balance 1 cup. You will get that situated on your head, put your hands down, and walk towards the line that's closest to the camera. Take that cup, place it on the line, and go back to the start line. Once you have all 3 cups placed on your line, the next explorer on your party will go. The party who has all of their explorers finish first wins exemption. Good luck.
All right, mods will be calling closely. If they call foul for whatever reason, go back, start again. All right, so everyone is numbered 1 to 6. We are playing for exemption, and there is a reward for the winning party. And I will get to that a little bit later. All right, looks like we have Jack for Team Black. We've got Lady K for Team Red. Everybody's ready to go. Give me a thumbs up. Perfect. We are starting this competition in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, they have got to complete 10 spins here. Then they're going to throw the book on their head and try to get across that line as quickly yet securely as possible. Securely. I don't talk great. Lady K has her first cup. Past the line there. Jack has his first cup. Let's leave those hands at the side because they're kind of going out of camera a little bit. Oh.
Jack, you don't have to spin again. Jack, don't spin.
Jack's taking some extra spins there. That's all right. You can do as many more as you want to. Lady K making her way back now. Jack's got a second cup. Lady K's got about a cup lead right now.
No spinning, Jack.
No spinning. Jack. Spinning.
All right, Lady K completing her third cup there. And she just needs to make her way back with the book. Jack finishing his. Lady K is done. So, Simona, you may go. Jack is done. David, you may go. Oh, we got a little strategy with our spins going. Simona just flew through hers. David taking a little bit more of a calm, steady approach here. Let's see if that pays off. Simona's got solid balance as she gets across that first one. The spin did not get to her. And David flying through. Oh, drops it right at the end there. A lot of variables to this challenge. All right, Dave's got the book down. Simona's got cup number 2. Ooh, book not even falling off as they put it down there. Bringing it all the way back. Simona is done. So, Robbie, you can go. David feeling the pressure a little bit. Going to that last cup. Just got to get across the line. Flies over. Robbie's already done his spins. David has completed. Greg now going for Team Black. Robbie got a little bit of a lead here. He's got a 1 cup lead on Greg, but Greg got through the spins quick. Bending down and then coming up. That part's tough. All right, very nice. So far, so good. Oh, looks like Robbie had to go back with the book. He's made it all the way back now, opening up the door a little bit for Greg to catch up. He's about a cup behind. His Team Black is going to need to move to catch up here. As Robbie is placing his third, as Greg's placing his second. Robbie's just got to get back with the book. And he is good to go. So we are on to Madison for Team Red. Greg just finishing off his last cup here. Get that place, get back, and you can go, Mike. All right, so we got Mike spinning. We got Madison going for her first cup. Mike spins it really quick and is caught up. Although Madison is walking across, so still a little bit of a lead here. Madison looks very sturdy, getting her first cup down. Let's see if those spins got to Mike at all yet. A little bit. There he goes with his second go. Looks like he's got that one. So now you just gotta go behind the cup, Mike, and start over. There you go. As Simona now is, or sorry, Madison has placed her second cup, going back for her third. Mike going for his second, so Madison building on the lead a little bit here. Still anybody's game. All it takes is a couple slip-ups and Team Black will be right back in this. So Madison is done. We are now on to Jenny for Team Red. Mike going for his last cup. Now we've got Lori for Team Black, and all right, Jenny moving pretty quick. She's got her first cup down. Lori getting her spins in here, trying not to fall out her window. There we go. She's got to the book. Jenny has a 2-cup lead at this point. Yeah, Jenny's got to go back. As she drops, Lori's got to go back.
You got it, Lori. Just breathe.
Yeah, Lori drops again. Jenny has finished. So we are now on to Cole for the red team.
Lori, take your time. You got it.
as Cole is the last member of the red party.
Spin it out.
Oh, Lori having a little bit of trouble with this balance.
Yes, I am.
As Cole has completely caught up, we've got a full one-player advantage at this point now. Cole gets across with this first one. Lori gets across with her first. Cole onto a second cup now as Lori trying to get back with her book on her head. Oh, almost there, but not quite. Cole just has the one cup left, so barring some sort of tragic mishap here, Cole getting across with his third cup. He just needs to get back over with that book.
Over till it's over, right?
Right? And unfortunately, it is over. As Cole has completed, the red party has one exemption. Let's get everybody's videos up as we got a little bit of a matter of the reward to speak about. The red party will have a choice to be made right before the vote. They will either get to choose to keep their exemption and be safe from Crossroads. They will not have a vote. Or you can give up your exemption for a vote at tonight's Crossroads. Black Party, you will all be voting. You are all eligible to be voted for. Red Party has a decision. So once again, they can either keep their exemption, stay safe. You get no vote at Crossroads. You're just there watching, having a good time. If you decide to give up your exemption, you are eligible to receive votes, and you will have a vote at tonight's Crossroads.
Is it a full party decision or is it an individual decision?
It's an individual decision. Each individual person gets to decide whether they want exemption or if they want to vote. All right. You will all be going back to the same camp. All right. Black Party, you are definitely at risk tonight. Red Party, you got some decisions to make. Either way, I'm going to see everybody at the Crossroads. You guys have fun. This should be interesting.
We won yet again because we are just too good. Red stays ahead. If you know, you know.
Hey, good job, Red Team. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, for sure.
You guys have been awesome.
That's the Black Tribe.
You guys did good.
It's cursed.
I'm telling you, the Black Tribe is literally the worst tribe in this game. It's a curse.
It's a curse I feel for you guys. I know.
Oh my gosh.
No. How's everybody liking the game? You guys all think it's fun?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a blast. Yeah.
It is. It's fun.
Madison, I don't think I've met you. Hello.
Hi,
And
Miss Steve.
hello, nice to meet you. And Lady K, I think you're the other person I've yet to meet. So hello.
Weird circumstance to be meeting, but
Yeah,
Definitely a twist, no doubt about that.
I was gonna say a very good twist. Yes. Oh, I have not seen a Crossroads yet, so this will be interesting.
We've seen a
Jenny's
lot
first
of
Crossroads. She has the option whether or not she wants to get voted for.
I think I'll be up front here. I've been to one too many Crossroads, so I'm going to present this round.
Yeah.
And wish everybody else the best of luck.
I think I've been to the most.
Wow.
I mean, do you count the last one as like going though?
Okay, that's fair. Technically, I was present. Whether I was taking part in the festivities or not, I was present.
I don't know if you could call it festivities.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
Yeah, I don't know if you could call it that.
So do you guys? Is this your opportunity to kind of like figure out, or do you guys kind of know what you're doing strategy-wise?
Nope.
I was gonna say like no idea.
Nope. Last time we split off, we did a 1, 2, 3 thing. Do we want to just roll it out again?
Yeah,
Sure. It's our
Is
thing
anybody
now.
from the red team actually going to go to Crossroads? Or are you guys all keeping your exempt status?
You know what? Maybe I might hear some juicy information during this next hour, and it might,
know. Yeah.
it might flip my decision. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping you of all people would be like, "Yes, let's do this." Like, come on, I know you want to have some fun. It is tempting. I am intrigued.
Anybody going into?
I mean, hey, I'll go to a room, and if someone wants to chat with me, let's have some
You wanna
fun.
do 1, 2, 3, the old strat?
Let's do it. I'm jumping.
1, 2, 3, go.
All right, this worked out well. Okay,
Yes,
so
it did.
I need to make both of you aware right now. Cole 100% has an advantage. 100%. If he wants to fuck things up for us, he can easily go in, try and help Jack, which I don't know if he would want to, and fuck shit up. So if they're talking together, I want to be aware of that. We need to keep an eye on that. And obviously, I think we should try and divide and conquer. And if I hear either of your names, I will let you know. Please do the same.
Same, yes.
So, because I'm down to clown with you guys. I still have so last night was a shit show, and I just want to explain everything right now. I got nervous because Jack was safe.
Right.
I started to panic, and I said I have a steal a vote, which you guys all knew I had an advantage. So I fucked up big time. I don't have a steal a vote. I have an extra vote.
Oh.
So not only did I play something I don't have, even if I did steal his vote, he would have been safe, and then it would have been us to like decide who goes home. So like I was a fucking mess last night. We can make some moves. We just got to make it to the merge and do some awesome things. Do we have like a name now? Like, what do you want to do?
Jack, if no one from Red is there, it's Jack. Sorry.
And you don't think he has anything today?
I mean, okay, let's be honest. If we were all in his position last night, we would have done the same thing. But the whole cocky, I'm gonna put my buff on and put my shades on, I wanted to cuss him out in my fucking confessional. Rude.
We can't ignore him like we did last night, because then he knew he was the vote, and then he sent Z home. So like, if we want to name names, but none of us do that to make him seem like he's not going home, he won't play anything tonight. As long as us four are voting together and none of them go to tribal, that we pick who we want to go home.
Yeah.
Would you be open? I know you don't want to use an advantage, but
So
would you be willing to play it tonight?
The only reason why it would be beneficial to play it tonight is because we would have 5 votes. And we could split it. We could do 3 on Jack, 2 on Randy.
So everyone knows that Mike now has a steal a vote.
Right. So it's like, and obviously, I
everyone.
want to like work with you guys. I want to like make sure you have that info. But yeah, like, so Mike has a steal a vote, and I don't know if that means he has
anyone has anything on our side.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to, like, when it was myself, David and Randy. But I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna risk. At the last second, I said, I can't do this. It's a party of 5. If I lose it, and at that point I was so like stressed. Well, I feel like this is shady. I hate to say this, but I feel like everyone wants Jack out because he's sneaky. He's so sneaky.
Everyone's gonna want him out. Everyone wants him out. The only problem is that like,
if he has something,
he totally, like, you almost have to assume he has a
No
compass.
way. There's no way he has another one. Right?
I thought
That's literally insane.
Is there anyone else besides, I guess, like at this point, Jack, that you're not like, that you're obsessive or anything?
I honestly just have never met and like have barely spoken with Randy.
Makes sense.
I just don't know what he's like. I don't know where his mind is at.
Don't know. Oh, somebody please join me. I'm here all alone. I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody to call my own. Except for my dog. He's got my back. This is going to be so chaotic.
He said something that how like at their when they went to Crossroads with only 4 of them. I guess when Holden went home, it was like a tie. It sounded like it was like a tie vote, and then they were going back and forth, and then they wound up agreeing to get rid of Holden.
Interesting. That's not what we were told.
Who voted for who?
Yeah. I mean, they obviously you don't want to show all your cards immediately, so
right.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know, Madison, if you have the same sentiment. Still feel good about Jenny. Like, Jenny's very, very sweet. She seems incredibly loyal.
Nice.
Who is someone that I think, I mean, if you're still open to it, like if we get to the rendezvous all together.
I think this is like it, and then after, like, you guys are just safe if you want to be, and then after this, it's like straight up like
It must be the rendezvous, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
I hope so. I hope it's like this is the rendezvous, and then that's all I want is just to be able to have a say in the end.
But I mean, I absolutely do. Like, I've been like wanting to just survive this pre-rendezvous thing so I can get back with you guys.
Okay, wait. So you guys haven't really talked to Randy, right?
Correct. And he's now
Well,
with Jack.
He's with Jack, and Jack could be trying to get.
I mean, maybe if you, David, Lori, Mike team together and split votes against Jack and Randy in case there's something else in play.
I know that I'm like the odd man out here, but I just want to take time. I saw you in here, so I was like, you know what? You only regret the things that you don't say.
Right.
I really truly like get great vibes from you. Not just because you're serving looks every day, but like you just seem like a real down to earth person. And I know that if we were to go to Crossroads, like I imagine it would probably be Simona or myself, which is fine. That's part of the game. But I do want to take advantage of the time where we're not going to Crossroads to at least get to know you guys, because it's like, let's say if we do end up in the rendezvous together.
You should see my face, but what I'm going to say is, you're definitely not at the bottom of my pack, and I definitely am. I'm ready to mix some things up, and I've always been ready to mix some things up. However, I know that I need to kind of stay team strong right now. But when it's time to shoot, I'm kind of ready and lined up. And I'll say this. If somebody on the other side that I'm very close with, and I think that maybe we can form a tight threesome. And
Haven't had the time to speak to people about like
Exactly.
especially with this new party, and I went to the summit and everything, and I've had no time. So I wanted to get with you because I'm like, that's why I asked. I'm like, I feel like Jack's on the bottom.
Yep.
I'm on the bottom at the moment. I don't have anybody, and I don't
We
know
can get
where
numbers.
David's at.
And this is what I want to talk about, since now that we know we're good, we can figure out what to do next, because we need numbers. I think we need to secure David as once we flip it,
Yeah,
and we
I
have
like
to go
that.
to Crossroads again.
David and I had a great talk the
Awesome.
first 2 nights. Like
Me and
first
him
2
did
nights,
too.
we connected a lot. So
Sweet.
I'm hoping he hops back and that rekindles that friendship. I just don't know how his time has been with Greg and Mike, and where he stands with them.
I guarantee if we sever one of those and we go to another Crossroads, I might find another compass. I might.
Dude, I am so impressed. Like I
don't know.
yes, I need someone to turn this game on its head.
Exactly.
Like easy vote after easy vote after easy
Exactly.
vote.
And
It's so chaotic that I was gonna play it tonight anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
The story that I'm telling people, because
Yeah.
if anyone asks, because no one's asked me about the summit yet, I'm telling them the truth, but I'm exaggerating it a little bit. So I had 2 cups to choose from. This is honestly what happened. I had 2 cups, and then I had to choose. One was lose a vote, and then one was the compass. And I got the one with the compass, but I'm just going to tell people that one was lose a vote, one was steal a vote. And I plan on stealing a vote tonight. That's what I'm going to tell people.
That's cool.
Because it kind of creates some chaos. It makes them concerned and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you want to
Down for that.
reconvene before 10?
Yes, I want to quickly talk about potential alliances if we do make it to the rendezvous together.
Yes.
I can get Kevon. Kevon can get Jenny. How are you with your black party?
Simona, Robbie are locked. I was going to try to speak with them and possibly get to them to get numbers for us as well. Tell them, if they don't want to risk their exemption tonight, I understand. But if I could get their votes, that just helps us out even more.
Absolutely.
So I was going to talk to them, but I can get them. So what is that? That gives us 6 or 7?
That gives us 6.
Hey, squad up. This is interesting. I'm definitely not risking my safety at all. I think it's just
especially with Jack. Oh, freaking Jack, man.
I can't believe he had another.
Dude, like
another.
He gets the freaking edge thing, and then he gets like, I don't get it.
This is at least for me feels a little bit reassuring, because I do think there is a bit of a target just from like a collective challenge thing on me. Which again, did not expect, don't love. I was hoping I'd just come in here and be like, fun, goofy, silly, let's have a good time.
Like, no, you're a challenge beast, Cole.
And I'm like, I guess so.
You are the Ozzy of this season.
Right, but it's at least reassuring to me, because if Jack possibly makes it through this Crossroads, then gives me a little bit of hope that I won't be the first one, targeted.
If he plays something, I'm literally I'm
I'll
done. I'm leaving.
scream.
Yeah.
But that's the second one, right?
Yep.
That was his second one, yes.
Yep.
'Cause he needed them both times he's played
Okay.
them, and they've kept them in the game both times.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, though. Like, if we could, what do you guys think? Like, with something female going on, because there is.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought about that because we have a lot more numbers. We have the numbers right
Yeah.
now. Yep.
Yeah.
I was
This
thinking
is
that.
the only thing, though. So between us, though, Madison is locked in with Cole, Greg, and Mike, though.
Okay.
Right. So we kind of need to pull her
Keep it
apart.
Yep.
But her loyalty has been with them for so long, so I'm not sure. We've been playing nice, Jenny, at camp. Like, we haven't split off. We haven't had the conversation. So I haven't been able to say, well, how do you feel? Like, I know from our first 2 nights, like, she was locked and loaded with the 3 of them. And I was like, well, does that leave room for us?
I was positive they were, like, just from my thoughts. So, yep. But
And
no,
that's
that's
why I chose you first, because I was hoping we could split them up.
But no,
I mean, I like both of them. It's just that in this game, y'all know couples go far, right?
Oh
Like,
gosh. Oh yes.
That's one of the first things I noticed as I was looking around to see, okay, well, who's paired up in what rooms? And I've seen that Madison and Cole were in a room together, and I think they're still in the same room that they were in.
Most of the people on my new party I have never spoken with. David's the only one that I have had any conversation with. And I just listened to Jack speak forever. But other than that, like, all the rooms are full. So I'm kind of...
You're like, hey, let's
nervous.
chat.
I feel like tonight, if I'm being honest with you guys, is going to be split between Jack and myself. And that's why I'm feeling nervous, because Jack's already found 2 stuff. Andy found the thing that literally made him like the captain or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's where my head, like, that's where I'm at tonight. I think it's going to be a split vote. I feel safe enough that I think enough people want Jack out. I'm just worried about him playing something and then it comes back on me. So I'm trying to listen to like backup plans, or I just got to kind of go with the group. I just need someone from the group to give me a name or something. So I tried.
What's up, everyone?
Welcome.
Oh my gosh, reunion.
I know, a long time. I feel like we've seen you guys like 2 months ago.
Right?
We are almost 30 minutes in and I've heard nothing.
I know.
All the rooms have been full. Please, like, I may number that you guys can use moving forward.
Kind of quiet on my end too, Randy, to be completely honest with you. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have anybody, any direction you want to go?
I mean, is there one person that you want to get rid of?
Jack.
Immediate thought. Zianya, from the first couple days on the Green Party, she was saying that like she didn't get along with Randy. I still eventually kind of have to get to know him, but he just kind of stands out to me as like a good pick, and plus could keep the coach group of us together.
Yeah, I'd be good with that.
I'm just so happy that you're here, and I, more than anybody else, I was like, I need Simona to survive that vote. Is there anybody that you think from Red who's definitely gonna go, or do you think no one's going to?
I think it really depends. I think if someone has like a close ally that they really want to keep and they think their name's out, they might stick their neck out. I think if it's between like Jack and someone else, I would doubt it. I will probably not vote. Just because my guess is a rendezvous is tomorrow, and I would love to guarantee myself. Yeah, I would also love to talk to Jack because I haven't met him yet, and so I'm curious what he would say to a new person.
It's like a cybersecurity consultant, advisor, something like that. One of the like big 4 accounting consulting firms would be huge. And then ideally, if I have enough time, do like a show once or twice a year. Do some theater. Do I've done like tons of musicals, a few plays. Like that's what I would love to do. Just spend, my 8 to 5, 9 to 5 working cybersecurity, and then after just go rehearse for a few hours or go do a show for a few hours. Thanks, man. What about you?
I work in research, UX research. So the easiest way I can describe it is if I worked for Facebook and they're going to change the layout of the main screen when you open up the app.
Oh, okay. That's cool though. I know.
Yeah, he played it very over the top yesterday.
Murdered us all. So like, hats off to Jack. Seriously.
I just don't want to be the split vote. Like, if you guys are still worried about Jack having something, I don't want to be the split vote. If Jack does have something, I don't want it to be like, well, we'll get Randy out if Jack, plays another object or whatever.
Hello, hello. I don't know when anyone's gonna come in here, but oh, Randy, yay! Hello, hello. Are you worried?
I'm in danger.
You're in danger. I will give it to you if you want me to. I'm not gonna play it for you, but I will transfer it to you if you would like me to.
I've heard nothing, and I'm being completely honest with you. Like, I've heard
I
nothing.
believe
do have.
you.
Oh.
Well, okay.
I would hate to do that.
To be honest, though, I prefer this because I was having this thought yesterday, and I was like, "Oh my god, if we win, I'm gonna have to go in front of the whole cast." I transfer Randy my compass in front of the whole cast, so this is better.
That would be amazing. I'm gonna leave that up to you because I would hate to ask you to do that, but like genuinely, Mike, I just had a conversation with Mike, and he has given me no name. I think they're gonna split the votes on me and Jack. I think that is almost set because people have been trying to get Jack out forever.
Yep.
But he keeps playing. He's already found 2 compasses.
2 compasses.
And so
yeah, Neil, I'm gonna give Randy my compass. If you don't use it, just give it back. And if you do use it, fine. Just don't fucking go home with it in your pocket. That's the only I'd rather you play it.
It's
No,
acknowledged.
if you do use it,
The
it's
transfer's been
Then
acknowledged.
If Jack plays a compass, play the fucking compass. Like, I don't think majority is gonna be on you, but if you even get that inkling, like, I'm so dead ass. Like, you can always find another compass. You can't re-enter the game.
I wish I could. You make it sound so easy.
Okay, so Randy hasn't heard a name yet. So I gave him the compass. I said, like, play it if you feel like you need to. And I don't know when I'm gonna get another chance to be in a room with him. So I was like, this is the opportunity to like give it to you. I don't want to play it on you in front of everybody. So I was like, I'm just gonna give it to you. So have you heard how Z left yet?
No.
So it was a 5-1 on Jack, and he played another compass.
So here's my why did Z not throw a vote?
No, it sucks. They should have thrown a vote. Especially if you already found one compass.
I wanted to ask Jack. So Jack came in and told me about his school life and what video games he likes to play and stuff. It was really cute. We had a moment. But Lady K told me that he wants Greg out, but I was like, but he picked Greg first in the schoolyard pick, and she's like, maybe it's like a keep your enemies close type deal.
Randy was saying that there's a 4 between Cole, Madison, Greg, and Mike.
That's Lady K shared the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's good to know. It seems like we wouldn't be on the bottom as much as I thought.
Yeah.
I was thinking like if we went to Crossroads tonight, it was not going to be either of us. Like I promise you that I had a whole like plan thought about. If we were going back, truly, I was like, sheesh. But one thing we need to keep in mind, Cole has a steal a vote.
Do we know that?
Cole risked it when they went to.
Oh.
Yeah, David didn't risk it. Randy didn't risk it. Cole risked it.
Let me write that down.
Which makes sense. Cole was safe. Cole feels like Cole is safe within his party. You know what I mean?
Right, within all of his things. Yeah.
I've been waiting for a moment to talk to you individually. Can I truly just? I want to pour my heart out to you right now.
Okay.
So I'm being 100 with you right now. So
yeah.
The reason why that last Crossroads that we went to was a little messy. Okay, I talked to Holden.
Mm-hmm.
Holden told me, he's like, if we go back, it's me and you.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to you. You said it's me and you, and I truly did believe that. But when I talked to Randy, Randy was like, It's me, you, and Simona. Like, Randy basically told me I was at the bottom of you too, and I was like, if Randy is fully convinced that it's him and Simona, is Simona just telling me what I want to hear? And would I go home if we go back to Crossroads after this? So I was worried. And selfishly, I was trying to take out Randy so you would choose me.
Right.
I'm a very, like, not a very jealous ally, but I'm a jealous ally. I'm like, I want to be Simona's person. I don't want to I don't want to be her sloppy seconds to Randy because I know what I have to offer. And I was just trying to, like, I was never going to do anything that would jeopardize your game. Like,
right.
Holden was going to go, if it was me, you, and Holden, and we went back to Crossroads, no questions in my mind. Holden was gone.
Right.
But I didn't know if me, you, and Randy went to try.
Yeah.
Where would I end up? So I was like,
it's valid. No, you're good. Yeah.
I truly want to say sorry. If there was any chance you were going home, I would not have.
So it's so far gone. We're totally moving forward. Fishback is down in numbers, and we need each other. And
I was going to say, do you think Randy could hold on to the compass and bluff that he got one from Janet? Because, you know, he did yesterday. Like, people would be crazy to put votes on him.
Yes. His main worry is that he's gonna be the backup if Jack plays another compass.
Then he should throw his vote onto someone else and get one other person to vote with him.
I know. I just wanted to give it to him just so he could, like, have it and have that peace of mind so I don't have to deal with it later. I mean, hopefully he's, like, getting a name at this point. My worst case is you go home with it in your pocket. So do anything other than that.
But if we make it to the rendezvous, they're with me. They are down with
Good.
it. They
And
said,
I can
yes,
get Kevon
bring
and
Jack.
Jenny, and we got 6.
Yes. Yeah. They said they know that you've been on the bottom. We heard that you played it your first time. And if we can do this, man,
We'll flip this fucking jam.
this could be the most shocking.
It could. It has to work.
Unless they actually go Lori. But do you
I'd
feel
be
like they're going
surprised.
you?
I feel like based on the fact that Cole and Madison basically immediately joined Greg, I do have a feeling that it's gonna be me and you as the split. I feel like you're right. So because they were trying to get me to be like, let's split Randy and Lori, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do Lori.
Probably.
Like they're super tight, but they're also really super, super tight with Greg and Mike.
So that's good to know. Oh gosh, too bad. Okay, I was gonna say that'd be.
But like I told you, Jenny, I've been 100 with you. Like I feel like, and I know, Lord, you're not on this side, but I'm always team strong until we need to be. Yep. So that's why I haven't taken any shots because we don't have to take those shots. And that's why I want to say, listen, like there are 4. If those 4 make it back, like they are a strong voting block.
Yep, and I think we could definitely get Simona on our side for sure. And
I know I talked to Robbie. I had a really good conversation with Robbie, so I think Robbie would be he's on board. Jack is loyal to. He's been loyal to me. Like he kind of keeps me in the loop of what's going on. So I think we could use him. And guess what? This kid is a whiz at finding these compass. Every time it's back in the game, he finds them.
Yes,
so,
he is. Yeah, and I felt like Jack was awesome. Funny too, which is good.
Kevon's a fucking wizard. Okay. She's a smart woman. She's powerful. She's good. And she is my weapon.
So everything I was giving you, like the tips on how to find it and what to look at, he told me that. It wasn't like I knew. I was like, oh, that's what you're supposed to be looking for? Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yes.
Chaos.
It's not okay. Hi, EK.
If he has another one, I'm gonna be shocked.
I will be throwing up.
So many. I feel like there's only so many. Like, I feel like it's not like they don't regenerate every time they use. Like, there can only be so many in play. It's like,
there's no way he got one from last night until now.
And honestly, less than I want to see him play something, even less do I want to see him be really cocky like he was last night when he played it, because it was just like, I don't know, not very polite, classy, or
Oh wow!
like
Yeah, at the end of the day, like only one person's gonna win.
You can make it far, but you still have to worry about the jury. So you have bad jury management. Then
True.
what? Like,
Cole and Madison, that I think went well. They're very nice.
Yeah. I briefly know them, but I got good vibes from them when I was on the tribe with them. Just to fill you in, I was with Jack and Greg, and me and Greg, well, Jack pitched Lori, and we kind of went along with it and said, let's do Lori Randy split.
Okay.
Obviously not happening,
Right.
but
What we're saying.
we could do 3 Jack, 2 Randy.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's what we should do.
And if they have a steal a vote, and they steal someone's vote, then at least it's tied.
It seems like the names that are out there are Randy, Jack, and Lori.
Yeah, kind of what we've been hearing too.
With like 2 different splits, kind of like potential, but which is a nightmare because we're never going to actually be able to like get back in the room and coordinate. But there's one plan where we're splitting on Jack and Randy. There's one plan where we're splitting on Randy and Lori, and I honestly don't know.
Randy and Lori?
One way is Randy and Lori, and one way is Jack and Randy.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't think Lori is a smart vote.
Me, you,
Greg,
David.
No, it's you 3, and then Lori voting Randy, and then me and Randy voting for Lori.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, perfect. All right.
I just need like a name to go with.
Well, if the original green team or the black team or the ones that lost the challenge tonight, the only ones that go to tribal council, that would be.
I mean, I'm down just to write Jack if that's the play. I just would love a different plan if Jack ends up playing something again, because I know that I might be the easy name to go with.
Who else do you find like a threat, Lori?
I don't know necessarily that they're a threat, and I love David, I do, but he is very social, and he builds that connection with people, and that could get him further.
Do you feel like you're on the right side of the numbers tonight, where we could like, if you're doing a split vote, get it on David instead of me?
I think maybe, yeah.
David is a smart guy, and I'm like, he might have people. I don't want to speak for David. I have no idea, but I don't. So that's why I'm throwing everything out here in front of everybody, because I am just a number that can be used moving forward. Because
I mean, we are right on the cusp of just mixing everything up, where all of us, if we can
getting
make
to the
it that
rendezvous,
far.
But maybe even tonight after, since we're all talking and together, possibly.
I literally keep going.
Last night, he had the t-shirts in the background, and it was down to two t-shirts, where it was going to 2 instead of 3, which was kind of a clue, and I didn't pick up on that.
And he did say
and
one.
now there was one tonight.
I mean, if we all, if I could get the whole red team, which I mean might be hard, to all go, nobody could really vote one of us out per se. We could all have numbers and pin it on somebody.
At the worst case scenario, it'd be a split vote.
The only person I haven't talked to is Randy, and I'm nervous because I feel like he's a wild card in his own way too. Not in the same way that I'm threatened by Jack, but I hope Greg.
Perfect.
Hi.
Perfect.
Okay, so are we still the same split vote? Okay.
Yeah. What's his name? Jack is probably going to vote you if he's not bullshitting. But I think I have to use my extra vote tonight, because if they vote too strong, let's say they get in a room together and they vote on one of us, that's 2. I just don't know.
You understand how I feel. I still want to be here, and I know that's stupid to say because I know everybody wants to be here the very next day. but I am a total free agent. I don't know if you guys watch sports, but I am like the Odell Beckham Jr. right now. Like, come on, sign this man.
Don't put yourself
Please.
that low.
Please sign. Hey,
Odell's a problem.
Maybe him from like 10 years ago. Jack and I were talking is that if anything that I've expected to happen in this game hasn't happened, like I never expected any of the swaps. This makes it seem like this is going to be going into a rendezvous, but because I think that it's probably not, and we're going to wind up going back to our parties. And like Lori's someone who's just like has kind of like messed up a lot of the challenges. She did fine in like doing the squats and everything like that, but like we had there was no shot we would have won this challenge.
Jack, I'm sorry to throw your name out there, but if Jack and I are on the bottom, if that's what you guys are worried about, you still have 3 people, assuming that, you know, David had good conversations with you and maybe you're close with Mike. I don't know. I honestly don't know the situation.
And honestly, I don't even see the game is like because I've been with Mike and David for a while that like that's not necessarily the people I'm closest with. Like on paper, it looks like you guys might be more of like the free agent while like kind of like without a home yet or without whatever, but like I kind of feel the same way.
Okay. I just assumed based off how the last vote went. And that's the only reason I assumed it.
That just was, it felt like the scrambling got stagnant at the end. There was no movement. Everyone was in one room for the last 20 minutes. And the last thing that I had heard was that everyone on the Green Party was just going to vote for Jack.
Would you be down for Lori then? I know I'm being like super blunt, and I know it's like
10 minutes left.
Yeah, that's why I'm to the point. I'm just throwing out names. I'm like, anybody, please. Like I will write. Just give me a name. I'll write it down.
I'll do Lori. I will do Lori.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I'm gonna go around see if there's anyone else. I'm just kind of running all
know,
over the place.
Do you know if anyone from Red is gonna join?
Plan, and that's like it. And just hope that it saves me if I end up being the split vote. Like I think it's me tonight, and I'm freaking out. So if you guys have anything that makes me like calm down and take a chill pill, like please. But I am literally like, if you guys are watching the new season of the show, I am literally like, I can't remember who did it, but like talking myself out of the game just because I'm so nervous right now.
Yeah, don't pull I don't know, she was a generic white woman. Don't pull what her name is.
Yeah. I'm trying to calm down, but like
No,
I
if it makes you feel any better, Jack is writing my name down.
Okay. Are you going?
I'm not.
Are you going, Jack?
I will not be voting.
Yeah, I'm voting for Jack, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down. I am down. If that's the plan, I'm down. I have a feeling that if he plays something, it's going to be me. So that's why I'm like worried about who it's going to be.
Doing things others. I wish I just don't have like an eye for that stuff. Like I don't know. Like when it said Shane has a clue for you, like obviously like everyone's looking for it, but like to like search, like that's just not my strong suit.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I guess I'm lucky. I guess I'm lucky. Yeah, I was not lucky today though. Like I will be openly upfront. I was not lucky today.
Yeah.
So.
Who knows if there was even anything today, to be honest with you.
So, let's get to the fun here. I'm going to start off with Lori. Lori, a little bit of a tough time in the challenge today. Does that make you worry at all, or are we way past challenge performances at this point?
No, I'm a little bit worried. I totally blew that challenge. It sucked, but I would like to think that I've built enough of a relationship with the people that I've been playing with that I shouldn't have to worry, but that doesn't mean I don't.
Well, we have everybody here with us today.
First.
A bit of a weird situation for you, as I'm sure. David, how did that change up the conversations beforehand? Was there a lot of kind of still getting to know people? I know some of you hadn't met yet, or was it right down to business? We've got a Crossroads to get to.
Yeah, I was definitely still in a state of shock and awe and disbelief, and yeah, it was a lot of emotions. Honestly, I was just happy that Jenny could finally go to her first Crossroads, because if I'm not mistaken, she's the first or the last person to attend. So, Jenny, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome to the Crossroads, Jenny. Some would argue the game has only just begun for you now, although you're still exempt, so
we'll see how it goes later. But welcome to the stressful environment that this is. Greg, did we notice any inter-party mingling going on, or was it just let's just stick to who we know was voting?
Oh no, I think everyone was mingling, getting to know each other. Several of us have not met yet. So I got a chance to talk to some people. I actually didn't have the chance to connect with Robbie yet, and only briefly with Jenny. But I did see, people moving around, because you don't know whether there's going to be 6 people voting or what, like 11 or 12. So 12, yeah. You have to be talking to everybody.
Jack, were you kind of keeping an eye to see who's talking to who, or were you just kind of focused on who you had in front of you?
I mean, we talked last Crossroads about, not only do you got to focus on who the person you're talking to, but also, you got to take a look around and see who's talking to who. So, I mean, I think there was definitely inter-party mingling. I mean, it's pretty easy when you can see black and red on the sidebar and you can see black and red in a room together. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, people were mingling. I think they had every reason to. It's a good opportunity to. So,
Mike, was there any talk about who might be giving up their exemption to vote, or how did that kind of go about?
Yeah, I mean, some people talked about it, if it would be beneficial to them or not. Some people were straight up just like, it's not worth it. Why would I ever volunteer to go to tribal? And then I think there were some people, entertaining it and saying, would I be safe if I go there? There was a lot going on, but I fully understand if someone wouldn't want to go there, whoever wants to go to Crossroads. So we'll see if anybody does. It's going to be an individual gameplay if they want to do that or not. So you just got to respect either opinion.
Right. I mean, Randy, the votes are tight. There's not a lot. Was there any trying to convince some people maybe to come in and vote on your side to make sure that you had enough numbers, or do you just understand, hey, you're exempt? I totally get it.
I tried. I was trying, Jonathan. I was like, look, let's have some fun, people. I spoke with Jenny about it, how at the very worst case scenario, like if they're worried about the votes falling on them, even if we split up based off of parties, at the very worst, it's a 6-6 split, which then you can, go with that and see who it would be split between and go from there. I'm doing anything that I can to make sure the votes are not me tonight, as I'm pretty sure all of us are. So I was definitely trying to talk them into it and say, look, let's have some fun. Let's do the game that we love. Come on, people, let's vote. Vote, vote, vote.
Let's step over to the red party for a second, because you guys are in a bit of a fun situation today. I mean, on the surface, it seems kind of like maybe an easy decision. There's definitely an easy path, let's say, where you just take the exemption. Let's not worry about what happens tonight. Let's just kind of be a viewer. There's 6 people, which potential 3-3. One vote could be massive tonight. Cole, what are your thoughts on that process, or were you just, I'm exempt, I'm keeping it?
Honestly, it sounded enticing, sounded juicy. Mix it up, keep it spicy. And there's many different ways that you can think about it. That sense of, if I put myself on the chopping block to be a vote, then, that's sort of like an olive branch of loyalty. Are people going to honor that? Or is it going to be a situation where, I give up my safety and then, people stab me in the back? So there's pros and cons to both option. And I think at the end of the day, the 6 of us on the red party, just have to go with our gut and go with, where we think is going to be the best for us long term.
But I think now would be the time to do so. If you wanted to give up your exemption, just not to throw it back out there, but there was so much scrambling. I felt like I got literally a total of 2 minutes with everybody. And now would be the time. What are the odds, Cole, if you or your party, if you guys all join in, what are the odds that we actually get all 6 of our votes onto one of you guys? It would not happen. It'd be impossible, honestly. So, I'm just putting that out there. But I think we all were talking to each other thinking, they're not going to risk their exemption. So I just don't see it if they all decide, hey, let's risk it. I just don't think there's any chance that all 6 of us would be like, okay, let's throw all of the votes on this person. Don't think that would be a plausible thing.
Fair enough. Now, Jenny, you haven't had a chance to vote yet. I mean, in this game, your vote is your currency. It's kind of a way that you can kind of prove trust and loyalty one way or another. Does that kind of work into your thinking at all going into this vote?
It does in ways. I definitely, I was kind of even saying if we all went, like kind of what Randy was saying, we all go in together, there's really not much risk for our red party, but, nobody really said for sure or anything. So I guess I'll probably go with my gut as well. But I'm excited if I do get to go to Crossroads.
Oh, you're already
Just to
here.
see.
We're at it.
No, yeah, I should say we actually get to watch the voting, I should say. Oh.
Now, Madison, I mean, Randy's still kind of giving the hard sell here, even in the Crossroads. What was kind of your mindset about where you stood on either exempt or vote at this situation?
Yeah, it's hard because, like Cole said, it's tempting because, like, you want to be a part of the action. You want to get out there. Like, it's more gameplay for you. Looks better on your resume, that kind of thing. But at the same time, you don't want it to be you. No one wants to go home, so why would I put myself in that position?
Robbie, we've done quite a few swaps here, so a lot of people have ended up in parties with most of the players, maybe minus a couple here or there. So how is the original party, the split party, the new party, how is the loyalty being split up at this point?
Honestly, I know we started on like Fishback and Coach, and that was cute, but like there's so much more to the game than Fishback and Coach. Love them both. They're great. It's been very cool having that relationship with them if we have that relationship. But if you're still playing based on that, baby, you got to wake up and play Survivor. This is not Fishback and Coach. This is, we're black, we're red, we're green. You got to, make the people that you're with make the most of what you have at that moment, and not just, oh, Fishback chose us both, so let's, take it to the end. Like, no, it's none of that. It's time to play the game.
Simona, would you agree with that, or what's your outlook on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're in a situation where we've all swapped up twice now, and then this is like a whole new scenario situation type of thing. And if you're still looking at it in that black and white kind of way, this was the original party I was on, and that's where I want to ride with. I mean, if you have really great relationships with those people, like, I guess, like, go you, but like, I think we've all got to take into account, like, the game as it's happening. Survivor is about adapting, or Exemption's about adapting. And so I think, I agree with Robbie. I think there's a lot to be taken into account. You've got to be on your own team at the end of the day, and do what's best for your personal game.
And Lady K, was there any talk about how today's vote may impact us going forward? I mean, we've seen a lot of twists, a lot of switching it up. Was there any talk about amongst the Red Party specifically about, hey, how is this going to affect us tomorrow?
Not to my knowledge, we really were not concerned. I know that sounds a bit cocky, but it's kind of like we're playing smart and not hard on this side, and I think the worry needs to be on the black team. Is there another compass in play? What's going to happen tonight? I just don't think it is. It's never even crossed my mind to not be exempt tonight. What logic does that make sense for any of us? It just doesn't at all, period.
I mean, I'm pretty sure by this point, I know they're all saying exempt, so I didn't want to be the annoying one to say it for a third time, but you guys know where I stand, so definitely shake it up. I mean, we're here to play, not to just sit and watch, so, I mean, this is your chance to play.
I'm sorry. I've seen about this much Survivor, and I've seen a season where a man named Eric gave up his necklace, and next thing you know, he's sitting on the jury, and no, ma'am. I'm sorry. As much as I would love to shake it up, I cannot do that tonight.
And exactly what are we shaking up? We haven't been on that side. We're rock steady over here. So you guys are shooken. Continue to shake.
Well, and Randy, even to that point about, this is choosing safety is a decision, and that is a strategic sort of thing that, we on the Red Party might choose to do, but then we could also make that decision to, like you said, shake it up. But at the end of the day, that's a decision that we are going to be choosing to put on our resume. So then if we do make it to the end, we say, yeah, that was a pivotal point for me deciding that as opposed to the other. So at the end of the day, however we choose to play our game. It's just where in this moment, it's gonna get us the next step further.
Oh, I respect the hell out of all your decisions. I just had to. I mean, if no one else is gonna push it, I'm throwing it out there. Like, come on, guys. But no, I respect your guys' decisions. It's the exact same thing I would do. Now that I know no one is switching.
I respect the hustle, you know? Gotta just
Try.
one last, just like, come on, one more time. Who else?
I mean, Jonathan, you'll do a lot of stuff when you're nervous, man. And you know that paranoia can set in, and I'm paranoid tonight, so I'm gonna do everything I can to try to get the numbers to help a brother out.
All right. Well, just to add to that paranoia a little bit, has there been any talks about advantages, Jack?
I mean, yeah, like obviously. I mean, if it's not known, let me make it known. I did play a compass at the last Crossroads. I was the only one to vote for Zianya, so she went home. So definitely compasses have been a part of my life in Expedition Online. It's not tonight, but you never know. Someone could whip it out and we'll all just take our shot glasses and go whoop-de-doo. So
Yeah, David, I mean, it was a wild Crossroads last night, and yeah, like Jack says, I mean, his one vote sends Zianya home. How does that play into tonight's vote?
So, I mean, nothing's set in stone. I know that everyone from the Red Party, like, is basically giving off the vibe that they're not going to be a part of this vote, but, like, until they send that text, nothing is set in stone, nothing's in writing, so numbers are not easy to pin down and calculate at this very moment, so I don't know. I'm not going to, like, bet on anything, you know what I mean? I'll either be taking a shot because I'm sad afterwards or taking a shot because I'm happy, but, like, Jack, let's just do it, okay?
yeah.
Greg, was the Black Party able to kind of come together and figure out what they wanted as a group without the Red Party, or were you guys just talking with the Red Party?
I think the Red Party was involved. I think kind of a lot of people have been assuming that they're not going to be joining the vote. So I think the strategizing was mostly among the Black Party, the original, like this Black Party group here that's vulnerable, that's definitely vulnerable tonight. But I would not say that we've all been able to get in as a group and can confirm the plan, only because, you know, the rooms are small and you might be able to talk to someone who then the plan is for them to go talk to someone else, but you don't get to reconnect with them. So you don't know if, you know, the plan's actually going to like finish off that you talked about, or if they've switched the plan on you. So you just have to, I don't know, you just have to vote. And then if you're still here tomorrow, then you come up with a new plan. You figure out who you can trust and who you want to work with in the game.
Lori, how do you feel about the plan that you've come into the Crossroads with? Do you feel like you're going to be on the right side of the votes?
You know, I would have said so at the beginning of the night, but the fact that we have the entire Red Party intermingled, and like he said, different conversations, and you have members of the other party who you may or may not be familiar with, you may have met in passing. I think I got kidnapped by one of the other parties early on in the game, and so I had the opportunity to meet some other people, but I don't think it's really set in stone. And the fact we don't know for sure if anyone from the Red Party is actually going to participate in the voting, it could change the whole outcome. I mean, I think I know what the plan was with the group of people that I connected with prior to tonight's challenge. Now, if that plan is still in play, I guess we'll see.
Mike, it seems like everyone's kind of believing that the Red Party is just going to stay exempt. What are your thoughts on that? Is it possible they're lying and they're just going to take control of this vote last second?
I mean, it's Crossroads. Anything could happen. This place is definitely known for fireworks. We saw it last night. We've seen it multiple times on The Real Survivor. So, like everyone's been saying, everyone's saying they're exempt, but I also haven't talked to a few people. You know, I haven't talked to Lady K. I haven't talked to, I'm sorry I haven't met your name yet, Simona. Like, so I met some other people that I haven't met in the game, which was nice, but who knows what people are going to do. I haven't talked to everybody on Red, so there could have been an agenda that I wasn't a part of. People could have been lying to my face. Who knows? That's Crossroads. You come here and you just hope for the best, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Does anyone on the Red Party want to say for sure that they are going to stay exempt tonight, that they are not voting? Looks like Robbie, Lady K, hands way up. Any of the other four, do any of you want to say for sure that you are definitely going to vote? Kind of expose yourself a little bit. Yeah, I would have been silly to do that. All right. Well, before we get to the vote, what I always like to do is just open up the floor. If anyone has anything that they'd like to say, try to sway this vote in any way. Now is the time to do so. I already see Robbie's hand. Go for it.
Let's just say if we did give up immunity here, is it announced that we gave up immunity?
So just to reiterate, after we do the, I'm going to ask if anyone has an advantage to play before the vote. If anyone plays an advantage, great. If they don't, great. And then you're going to make your decision. You're going to make your decision privately to Shane, but I am going to announce the decision. So you're not going to make it in front of everybody, so you don't get to see what everyone else is doing first. You're making your decision individually, and then I'm going to expose the decision before we vote. So we will know exactly who is exempt and who is voting before we get to the vote.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So again, I'm going to open up the floor. If anyone has anything that they'd like to say before we get to this vote to try to sway it in any way, now's the perfect time to do so.
Not yet.
All right, no one taking advantage of the last lead time here. With that, if anyone has an advantage that they would like to play before the votes, now is the time to do so. All right. The advantage portion is closed. Okay, Red Party. If you guys could go ahead and text Shane on Discord your decision. So you're either deciding to be exempt or to vote. All right. The decisions are in. Cole has decided to stay exempt. Jenny has decided to stay exempt. Madison has decided to stay exempt. Robbie has decided to stay exempt. Simona also decided to stay exempt. And so did Lady K. No one from the Red Party will be voting. So I will take the Black Party one at a time. 6 players potentially voting. David, you're up first.
Bye.
All right. So my first vote is going to be for Jack. And give me 1 sec here.
The chances of him having a compass 3 votes in a row, I'm hoping that that's a slim chance. So,
all right, everyone, the votes are in. If you have an advantage that can be played after the vote, now is the time to do so.
First of all, this shot glass has 3 shots that can go in it.
That's too much.
Whoa! Second of all, the Eagles are losing, and I'm very scared. And third of all, 3 shots, 3 compasses. I am playing it on me.
All right, Jack has played a compass for himself. Any votes casted for Jack will not count. Is there anyone else?
So, Jonathan, I went to Jack's jewelry store, and I don't have an actual compass, but I'll join in on the sunglasses train. And I am also playing a compass. I can't see a thing.
All right, I can confirm that Randy has played a compass. Any votes cast for Randy will not count. Is there anyone else?
And y'all wanted us to give up exemption with all of this.
Nope. All right, everyone. We have 7 votes. Our first vote is for Jack. Will not count. Our second vote is for Jack. Will not count. Our third vote is for Jack. Will not count. Fourth vote is for Randy. Will not count. Fifth vote is for Randy. Will not count. Our sixth vote is for Greg. And our seventh and final vote of the evening is also for Greg. Unfortunately, by a vote of 2-0, you have been deserted here at the Crossroads. As for the rest of you, we are back to our 2 parties. You guys should be seeing a black party and a red party down there. You guys can go ahead and join those. You have about a half hour, chat it up before we're going to kick you off for the evening.
So I found my third compass. Instead of just getting a normal clue and then looking for it on like his room or something, I found the clue, but I had to be daring. I had to spin in the challenge, in the exemption challenge. You spun 10 times at the beginning and then you just ran straight through. For the compass, I had to spin 10 times, 3 times. So I had to spin 30 times.
So you want me to throw the name on you?
Absolutely.
Please keep me over Jack.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. I trust you, bro. We got it.
Please
we got
trust
this.
me. This
I
could
will.
be like
no,
a
I'm
winning
with
move
you.
for you
All
or
right.
me, whoever like.
Preliminary, who do we want to vote?
I'd rather.
It doesn't matter because we both have compasses.
Greg kind of scares me more than Mike.
He is sneaky. I think he's hiding behind Mike and Cole. I think if we take him out, that makes it a little bit easier to see Mike and Cole as bigger targets.
Yeah. I'm thinking Greg.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, bro. This is like.
Let's go,
this
Randy.
could be the best move.
This could be the best move of the
never
season, baby.
Yeah.
Underdog City right here.
Yeah.
Let's go. If Mike steals my or your vote, it doesn't matter. They're gonna split on us. So we just double compass and we're good. Let's fucking go. Oh. I have a chance, baby. Not only do I have a compass, but Randy does too. Get to take out Mike or Greg. They're going home tonight.
At the end of the world, there will be Cockroaches, Cher, and Jack, because we can just not seem to get rid of him.
Well, Daniel, I think these players brought the fireworks.
You know, you don't ever know exactly what's going to happen because there's just so many different conversations going on. But I mean, at this point, I just assume that if there's a Crossroads that includes Jack, that he's going to play a compass. And, you know, past that, I think when there are so many variables happening like there were today, if you have an advantage, you should probably use it unless you're positive that you can get through, because you really don't want to go home with that in your pocket.
Exactly. And I think one thing that he did well that we had touched on earlier in the night about last time, how he didn't tell anyone about it and used it to dictate the vote. This time he did tell people about it. He told Randy, which is crucial to get to Randy. And that involved Randy then saying, hey, you know what, I also have a compass. So I think he did well, but that target on his back is going to be so huge.
And, you know, I think it gets bigger by some of his antics. Honestly, as a viewer, I love it. I think it's great, but it probably does paint a bit of a target. Again, at some point, you're probably not going to have a compass for one of the Crossroads, and so you really do need to start having a plan B, which is get some allies onto your side and that sort of thing. So he's, I'm sure, just praying a rendezvous comes.
But also, Jack's been really tight with Lady K, and he talked with her tonight, and Lady K is trying to bring him in because she said, you know, they're voting him out, nobody wants to work with him, and he's good at finding compasses. Let's leverage that for our alliance. So it's going to be interesting if Jack makes the rendezvous. I think he's going to have options and could be a wild card player here.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Lady K. In my opinion, you know, she played a very understated game today, but as a sort of wild card pick along with Randy, I think she's my player of the episode just because she figured, okay, I don't need to make a big flashy move now. So she used all of her time during the strategy session to set herself up for further in the game, which was kind of funny because when explicitly asked about that at Crossroads, she said, no, I'm not doing anything like that. But she realized, you know, you don't have to be talking about this specific vote during the strategy time to make it useful. And I think she's in a really good position going forward.
Yeah, it's the mark of a really savvy player. I think Robbie also made a lot of good social bonds. Like, he solidified what he has going with Simona and Randy, but he also showed that he can just connect with everyone. He was connecting with Jack more on a personal level, could make him feel like he's really has a strong bond with him when, you know, he wasn't really entertaining working with Jack or anything like that. So I think Robbie is definitely someone to watch as well moving forward.
Well, and on top of that, I mean, at his last Crossroads, Robbie, for all intents and purposes, should have completely burned his bridges with Randy and Simona because he really did not do what he wanted to be doing, but he seems to have mended those fences pretty well. So I think great episode for Robbie, really good episode for Randy. I mean, he used a compass and also got handed another one. So I thought fantastic episode for Randy as well. And also just from an entertainment value, he really delivered at Crossroads.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, having double safety because now he has a compass in his pocket, and I don't believe she knew that he had one from Janet.
I think the Randy, Simona, Robbie trio is a really interesting one to watch going forward. If the three of them can all make it to a rendezvous, I'll be really curious to see how they decide to play it.
Yeah. It will be very interesting to see how they move forward and just to see the fallout from this crazy night tonight. Yeah, this was day 6 and it delivered with this twist. So I think we've broken it all down, and the only thing we can do is wait and see what tomorrow has in store.
I say this with absolutely no knowledge of what's happened since we started speaking, but I'm pretty sure Jack's found like 4 more compasses.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get good at hiding these things, so they always have to stay on their toes, and Jack learned the lesson correctly and it's helped him so far. Let's see if others follow suit.
Last night really fucking sucked. I'm sorry you're having a bad day. I hope your pink eye gets better. Go rest, because that's clearly what you need to do.
Hey, that was wild. And I'm not sure. I really don't know where this plan landed and who's going home, but I'm going to try to build some trust with Jack here. Hopefully he actually does stick around, but if he doesn't, that's fine. But I'm actually going to vote Randy.
You know, you do have my dad's name, so respect for that, but I don't respect you.
My vote tonight, maybe foolishly, but I'm going to vote for Jack again. I'm going to take my chances with him. If he has one, then I may well be the one to go in. But I gave Randy my word that I wouldn't vote for him, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm tightly aligned with everyone else on the black team at this time.
Jack, I don't want to use this quite yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to trust that these people believe in me just like I believe in them. I really want to get to a possible rendezvous with people that I trust and that I've been working with. And I think we just have to maximize all possibility of Jack having a compass, Randy having a compass, or some sort of advantage. So my other vote is for Randy.
I'm still so nervous that I'm shaking. My vote tonight is for Greg.
If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe, and click on the bell to receive notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes or bonus content.
It's okay. I have to say it was funny, but I'm not gonna.
Oh no! When that episode comes out, I'm gonna go in like hibernation for a little bit. You had a great night. That's gonna be like a fucking dope ass episode.
Please, somebody come hang with me in the trees. Yes, and Jennifer, if you leave because of my singing, I would totally understand.
Did I explain that properly?
I think so.
That made sense, right? Oh, Lori's still here.
Yeah, you
Thanks,
tell
Lori.
Lori.